Hello, my name's Coral. I'm here today with the books that I'm hoping to get through in May. I cannot believe it's May already. Hold me close. Gosh, what the fuck? I don't think I have any crazy reading plans going on, I hope. What am I trying to do? What am I saying? So, here's what I'm reading. First, I have here this tiny little vintage horror book, Gwen in Green by Hugh, Zachary. This is about a couple who buy an island, which apparently is like a dream that they've had. And on the island, there's a house, and on the house, there's been a murder. But of course, you know, the people selling the place don't really tell them about that. So it's got a sordid history. And Gwen starts to become kind of strange. And that's all I know. This seems like it's going to be a good, like, eco horror book. Okay, next is a thriller I have been really itching to get to. This is The Turnout by Megan Abbott. I've never read one of Megan Abbott's books before, but it seems like she might write thrillers that I might like. So here I am, I'm gonna try it. This one is about two sisters who grew up doing ballet, and they were doing it until their parents died when they were young. Their parents owned a dance school, and the sisters decided to take it over, and now there's been an accident. And it doesn't specify what kind of accident, so I don't really know. Like, is it a dancer's? Is it an accident that something happens with a dancer? I don't know. I will find out. And, you know, really, what I'm trying to say is that accident really puts a wrench in things. My God, I just have to say, I don't know what is up with my brain today, but it's like only half of my neurons are firing at any one time. Oh my God. I'm also trying to finish up the side series by Neal Shusterman. This is the last book, The Toll, and boy, is she a big baby. Look at this big old boy. So how many pages is this? Over 600. I have to say though, the series has been super, like really easy to read. It seems like it goes by so quick, even though the second and the third books have been pretty chunky. The side series itself is about this like utopian place where people have these nanobots like inside their blood that takes care of aging. It takes care of any illness, disease, injury. So people like don't die on their own anymore. And so they've come up with this like government entity called the Scythedom, and individually there are scythes, and scythes will glean people to keep the population down. Separate from that side of the government is this thing called the Thunderhead, which is like this mega computer, like this giant, all-knowing, all-seeing computer, and it very intentionally knows that it has to keep itself separate from the Scythedom, like they can't police each other. But now the Scythedom has kind of become a little bit corrupt. That's, you know, really the basis of the second book. And so now we're at the third book, and like what's gonna happen, I don't know. I really enjoyed the second book, so I'm hoping that this just really wraps everything up. It's always kind of hard for me to go into a series because it's like, what if it's bad? I get so worried about what if it's bad. But, you know, I just have to do it and trust the author who I've trusted for 2 books now, I guess. And just hope that he doesn't break my heart. Next, I have an arc of Primal Animals by Lynn Rubin. This, I won in a Goodreads giveaway. It comes out in, I don't know, I can't remember. It comes out sometime this month. I'll get back to you on when exactly. This is about a teenager named Arlie who's going to a type of like summer prep college, or, oh my God. Oh, this is what I mean. A college prep summer school. And she's not very excited about it. And she's having a hard time adjusting. She feels like the other campers are treating her like she's super weird and like intentionally like not including her in things and stuff like that. But then she gets tapped to join this secret society inside the summer camp prep school. It seems like there's some bad things that happen while she's in this secret society. And I am very excited about what may or may not happen in this book. I keep yawning. And then my eyes water and it's like, am I crying about these books? I might be. I might be. Maybe the yawn is my crying, trying to escape my body. Okay, next, this. Oh my god, I'm so very excited about this. This is We Can Never Leave This Place by LaRocca. This I had pre-ordered, and this is supposed to come out next month in June. But like my order came in April, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that, whether that happened on purpose or what. So I pre-ordered this, and then like a couple weeks ago, in last month in March, Eric emailed me, oh my gosh, which is just like such an honor. And it's just so exciting for that to pop up like as a notification on my phone. I'm like, so he, you know, very kindly offered me just like a e-arc for review. And I was like, absolutely. But then like before I even got to that, this came. So I'm just going to, you know, review it with a physical copy. This, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna read to you the synopsis because honestly, I just am not really sure what this entails. So it says, a precocious young girl with an unusual imagination is sent on an odyssey into the depths of depravity. After her father dies violently, young Amara is surprised to find her mother welcoming a new guest into their home, claiming that he will protect them from the world of devastation and destruction outside their door. That's it. That's all I know about this. Gosh, I just don't even want to flip through too much. Like, what if my eye catches on something? The covers, they're just so beautiful, every single one of them. And then my 5-star prediction for this month is Uzumaki by Junji Ito. This is about a town that becomes obsessed with spirals, and this is like one of the most infamous, I think. This is like the one that everyone talks about when people are talking about Junji Ito, like the most commonly suggested, one of the most commonly suggested like horror mangas. That's all I know is that they become obsessed with spirals, and that's all you have to tell me if, you know, the name Junji Ito is on it. So then I have a couple coming releases that I've pre-ordered, and one's towards the end of the month, so I don't know for sure. I'll get to that, but one is at the very beginning of the month, and so I'm pretty sure, like, I know I'm gonna read it. Ugh. Okay, so this one is Book of Night by Holly Black, who wrote the Cruel Prince series, and I really loved. This book is about a young woman named Charlie Hall. She is like a con artist, and in the world that she lives in, shadows can be altered. It says for entertainment or cosmetic purposes, but also to increase like your influence in society. So Charlie is a con artist. She works in shadow trading, which like I really don't know what that means yet. This is something that I'm very looking forward to, kind of a weird, maybe darkish fantasy. And for now, at least, it's also like a standalone, which is very appealing to me as somebody who has a little bit of maybe series phobia. Speaking of series, excuse me, Fang Fang, she was laying on my dust jacket for House of Sky and Breath, the worst named book I've ever heard. This is by Sarah J. Maas, and I'm actually currently reading this, which is why I just have the dust jacket. The book is in my room, and I didn't want to grab it because my room is further than where the dust jacket was. So here it is. This is the sequel to House of Earth and Blood. Oh my gosh, I've been meaning to get to this for months, like since it came out, but I don't know, sometimes things just don't work that way. So now I'm finally getting to it. I don't really have an opinion on it yet, unfortunately. I don't know. I just am not sure of the plot line in this one yet. That's all, I guess. Oh, and then I forgot about the other book that I pre-ordered. This one comes out towards the end of the month, I'm pretty sure. Let me get its synopsis up here. Yeah, this comes out May 24th. So even if I get it, hopefully I'll get it like on the release date. Hopefully it'll come. So this is basically about a hide and seek game that happens in an amusement park, and like the stakes are very high, if you know what I mean. I'm assuming maybe people die. This is like Kiersten White's like first, I think, like adult novel. She's written quite a few books that are more YA, but I do think that her And a Darken series is a really great crossover that like might not even be quite YA, even though I think it's labeled as that. It deals with some very mature stuff. So anyways, I guess what I'm saying is I'm very excited about this. I love an amusement park setting. I love a competition, a horror competition. Like, oh my gosh, it just sounds like it's gonna be so much fun. I really hope I get to that this month. And then my last thing here is my TBR jar. That's right, I did it one time this year. Well, I did it 2 times technically, but then I didn't read that book because I just kept, oh my gosh, I'm just putting a lot on my plate, and I'm trying not to do that this month. So hopefully this one last book won't push me over. Anyways, here we go, here we go, here we go. This is a green star, which is horror, and that's not intentional, but here we are. Okay, this says When Things Get Dark, and I'm trying to think of, oh no, I'm not gonna read that. Oh my gosh, why did that happen? That's that Shirley Jackson anthology. And like, I just want to read like at least one Shirley Jackson story before I get into a whole anthology like based on her writing. Like, I don't even know what her writing is like. That's so silly. Why did I put that in there? Okay, this one is yellow, which I think is, I want to say maybe true crime, but I also might be lying. Maybe it's, I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I open the store. Ah, Ebola. It's this book about Ebola, which is not funny. I've just had that book for a very long time, and it's kind of funny that it's just called Ebola. Let me go get it. Okay, so this is Ebola by William T. Close, MD. A documentary novel of its first explosion in Zaire by a doctor who was there. That is quite a subtitle. So it says, at a Catholic mission in Yambuku, a remote area of Zaire, Mabalo Lokela, a local teacher, visits the clinic with a raging fever. Sister Lucy, a Flemish nun and nurse, gives him a shot of anti-malarial drug, wipes off the syringe, and awaits her next patient. Within days, this person's name is spelled differently. Synopsis. So is it Mabalo or is it Mabolo? I'm not sure. Mabolo is dead. Soon after, others become ill and die. Less than 3 weeks later, Sister Lucy is dead too. As panic erupts and the villagers flee from sickness, as the roads leading out of Yambuku are blocked and the dying are turned away, as the single radio connecting to the village to the outside world brings only bad news, the valiant nuns and medical personnel left behind in the mission can only pray and wonder, will the world ever hear their plea for help? Terrible. So yeah, this I've had for a really, really long time. This came out in 1995. I think I bought this maybe in like the late 2000s when there was another Ebola outbreak. Is there another name for the Ebola virus, or is this just like what we call it? Because I thought that like we weren't supposed to name diseases after where they came from anymore. But maybe that was after Ebola. So that's my TBR. Anyways, that's what I have for you today. If you read any of these, I'd love to know what you thought about them. And I'd love to know what you're reading this month. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you later. Goodbye.